Hi, my name's Lauren, and in March of last year, I bought this 3-bed terrace house in the Midlands. Join me as I document my renovation and create this space into a cosy home with the help of my wonderful family and a limited budget. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm Lauren, and today we are starting the dining room project. So to update you on what's happened in this room so far, my dad has plastered the walls. We originally had damp proofing, so this dado rail here had fallen off, so that's been fixed back because I've decided to keep the dado rails in this room and the living room. I think they're very tall rooms, so it does break it up slightly, and I'm not too fussed. I quite like the look of the dado rail actually. We've had, I don't know if you can see, but I'll show you in a bit. We've had taller skirting. That's it was like the small, I think from the 60s, 80s. I'm not very good at dating things in the house, but it was the shorter style of skirting board. And because it's a tall room, like I said, it can cope with the widest, like the bigger skirting. The door frames, unfortunately, I think I'm just going to keep as is. It would be nice to put more moulding around, but that's just like another expense that I'm not sure whether I want to spend that quite yet. Then what's happened is we've given it a white wash, like a watered down mist coat. That's the word. We've given it all a mist coat, and then another coat of white. I think mainly on the bottom half. It's had a double coat because I want it to be a good base for the paint that I'm going to put. And the window that is behind you, when I got the new windows fitted in the house, I asked them to leave the tidying up around the window because I knew that I wanted like wooden around the window, so it's kind of framed, so the wood is on the front of the wall. I just think it would be a nice feature. It would just add a bit more character to the space. So I think that's, oh no, it's not about it. I forgot the coving. My dad really kindly has put coving all around the whole room because we're trying to, it didn't have coving originally, but the front room has. We're trying to just add that character back to it. So we've just done some kind of basic coving, but hopefully it will all add to the look of the space. So yes, onto the paint. So I ordered a load of samples from Coat Paint. I ordered the plaster pink pack because this is a north facing room. It's quite dark. I'm not sure how, it's kind of midday now and it's quite a greyish day outside. The light's not brilliant in here and it's quite a grey light. So I wanted something warm, but not too strong, not too dark, not too white either, because this white I think is really cold. So yes, so I was on the thought that I would want like a pinkish hue to the room. Maybe slightly yellow undertone to kind of make it seem warmer than it really is. So I ordered the plaster pink pack, and then it comes with quite a lot of samples. This is the 6 that I kind of narrowed it down to. I really like all of them. So we have Riviere, Out of Office, Pudding, Piglet, Weekender, and Factor 50. Now, I played around with these. I put them here and on all the other walls because they're really great. You can just like peel them off the wall and then re-stick them. So that's really nice to see it in different on different walls. And I found that a lot of them were either too dark or slightly too grey. I think I really liked I think that's Riviere. I can't say that word. Revere. I really thought I liked that one online. But that one and Pudding have, in this room anyway, a bit more grey. So they were like out, they were too cold. And then I really liked Piglet, but in this room, in another room, beautiful, but too dark in here. So I don't know if you can see, but having the whole room, I don't think I mentioned that, but I want to paint the whole room and the ceiling. So colour drench the room. And I think this is too dark. So that narrowed me down to these three. Again, with factor 50, I think it was too pink, too dark. Out of office, too dark. This one, Weekender, I wasn't really keen on it for a start because I didn't think it was pink enough for what my vision of the space was. And I was like, I want it to be pink-ish, but not like you walk in the room and go, oh, this is a pink room. Hard to get the balance. So I went with Weekender in the hope that I would like it. I warmed to it. I just wanted to make a decision. You know, the decision fatigue, I was like, I just need to make a decision because I want to get on with the room. Oh, what's that? Oh, plastic bag. Yeah, so I just wanted to make a decision. So I went with Weekender. I'm not sure, I mean, I'll show you up close, but because it's in the plaster pink pack, I was like, it must have a pink undertone. It's just in this room. I think it's just it's quite grey. And I was like, oh, I'm going for beige again. Like, am I doing too beige? Although that's my ideal plan, is to keep it sort of neutral-ish on the walls and the canvas of the house. I wanted it kind of quite neutral, so that if I did decide to sell in a few years' time, it wouldn't be overwhelmingly like someone else's home. It would be like people would be able to see their stuff in the house. So that was my ideal, that's my plan across the whole house, is to keep it kind of neutral on the walls and then add on to that, layer on my personal things. So Weekender is the one that I chose, and I've ordered the paint. So we have it here, and I'm going to start painting today, which is really exciting. I'm just going to crack on and see how much I can get done in the day, and then just throughout the week I'm going to keep carrying on with it. Hello! Last time I spoke to you, I was just about to start this painting in the dining room, and now it's done! Woohoo! It took me a few days to paint it all, and today me and my dad are going to fit the flooring in here, which is really exciting. I can get rid of all this stuff and the horrible pink floor, and all the dust will be gone because we'll be able to fit the skirting boards down as well. They've all had one coat of paint, so I'll just paint them again and then fit them in over the top of the flooring. It means we don't have to have that little quarter trim, the quadrant trim. So yeah, it's looking really nice. I'm so happy with the shade. It's more pink in like real life. I think it looks quite beige, especially in the tin. But on the walls, it has like this really nice, earthy, sort of pinkish tone, which is beautiful, exactly what I was looking for. This is the flooring I've gone with, so it's the same as the kitchen and bathroom. So this is a sample of this is like an offcut from the kitchen bathroom, and I was just checking last night that it was definitely the same, and it is. They've not got loads of choice in wicks, so I knew that it was this one, and it's kind of, well, it was suitable for kitchens and bathrooms, so it has got like that, it says that, moisture resistant. I think it's quite nice for the flooring to flow through from the kitchen to the dining room, because I'm not going to have a door. We're going to not put a door back on that through to the kitchen, because I think I like the flow, but I will have a door from the hallway to the dining room. There will still be a door there. So it will just be the two rooms that I kind of open plan, sort of. My dad should be here in a minute. He said he's on his way. And then we're gonna start the flooring. I'm really hoping that we can do it all in one day, but I think that's a bit optimistic. Maybe we could do a little bit tomorrow or in the week. I can definitely put some down myself. It's just getting it started on the edge, because I know that I probably will start this wall down here, and I don't think it's perfectly straight, and we're just going to have to measure out where we want the cuts, because in the kitchen, that's him, he's just here. I'll see you later. Yeah, my dad's just got here, bless him. So I've not seen him in a while because he's been on holiday. And I've got him straight back to work, which is really bad for me. But he's happy to help. So yeah, I will catch up with you later, see how we got on at the end of the day. To avoid opening a new pack of flooring for one piece, I did a small butt joint here because I know this will actually be covered by the hearth and putting in for my faux fireplace. Hello, so I finished the flooring yesterday. I just had these very tiny little slithers to do, tiny bits at the edge to finish off. And now I'm left with a blank slate, basically. And what the hell am I going to do with it? Is my question to myself. So I've been thinking about this room and how I keep calling it a dining room. Because traditionally it would be a dining room, the kitchen is there, and the front room would be the living room because it's separate. It's just traditionally, isn't it, like that? But the way that I want to live, I guess, is I would like some sort of studio space or somewhere to do artwork, crafts, photograph like my collection of vintage stuff. And the good thing about the front room is it's so sunny. Like most of the day, it's lovely and sunny. It's got a big bay window. And this room is, I don't know if you can tell, but quite dark. It's the middle of the day right now. I mean, although it looks really bright outside, it's not in here. It doesn't shine directly in this room. So what I'm thinking is to make this more like my living room. I don't even know if I need a table because I have a tiny space for a table in the kitchen. It's unlikely that if I have friends around we'll eat at the table, we'll probably just eat on the sofa anyway. I'm thinking that this dining room should actually be a living room. I've been having a look for some inspiration with this colour in the background, and I've found, like, I'll show a few of them here, but I've found kind of really nice kind of sunset tones, so like dusky reds, burgundy, amber, orangey, like rusty tones, and then maybe with like a pop of either blue or green, just to kind of ground it or make it slightly more interesting. Don't want it all one tone of colour. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm currently on the search for a sofa, but I just want a second-hand sofa. I can't afford like a 2-3 grand sofa. So I'm not sure what I'm going to find. We shall see. I'm thinking the sofa should go probably along this wall behind me. And then I've already got a cabinet. What's it called? Lauren?
sideboard. I've already got a sideboard that I'll put my TV on, and there is a plug on this wall here. So that will be there. I'd like a chair by the window, a lamp, lots of lamps, big rug, ottoman, that kind of stuff. So I'm on the lookout for that at the moment, and anything else, bookcases, artwork, lighting fixtures. So I've got so much to look for, and I don't want to make rush decisions just to get the room done. So it might be a while before this room is actually done. But at least if I can get a sofa and get my TV in here, I can kind of live, which is so nice because I've been living in my kitchen and my bedroom, basically. It would be nice to have a proper space. I'm going to be going antiquing on Saturday with my parents. I think they've got a few things they want to look for as well. So I'll take you along and show you if I find anything or just things I'm interested in. They might be too expensive for my budget right now, but it's nice to have a look, see what's out there, and see how much things are, just to like maybe save up for a certain item, or so we'll see. We'll have a nice little mooch around.
I already had this curtain pole as it was originally in the front bedroom, and it's the right size for this window. It's a reddy brown colour which fits the scheme for this room perfectly. Hello, it's the next weekend now and I forgot to end the video last week, so here I am editing the video. I didn't actually buy much from the antique centre, I only got a few books, and I also got a really nice embroidered piece in a frame from the Dolly's Cafe and Interiors, which was really cute, and if you go to Belpa I would recommend that cafe, it's really nice. I had a cheese scone and a coffee. Thank you for watching this far into the video. If you're still here, please do me a favour and like this video and subscribe if you're not already. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see that framed embroidery, I will probably include it in a video soon where I will go through things that I bought recently from charity shops and vintage places, because I think it's got to a point where I've bought enough things to show you all. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!